there's no way around this. I can't hide it. I have no clever intro. I genuinely don't know how else to put this right now. But I'm in pain. I'm in genuine pain. I'm hurting. That is what the experience of watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens has done to me. It physically hurts me to watch this show. Because this was so fucking funny. I'm sorry. I know. We just talked about it a couple videos ago. How sometimes the jokes kind of supersede plot, and that's starting to annoy me. And look, at times it is. At times it is, and I know it bothers a lot of the people who can't get into this show. And yes, you can make the argument many of these jokes are to an extent childish, but I can't help it. It's so fucking funny. Yeah, I just watched the last two episodes back to back, and oh no, it was not a bad idea for my physical health. Oh boy, let's talk about this. So, in the first of the two episodes, we now see Yuga is a Goha employee. Hey, he has replaced Nail in being the tech duel person thing. I don't know. I don't really understand any of this. But yeah, no, he's now gone in, and Goha is just a bunch of fucking morons. They need to rely on this 11-year-old kid. Apparently labor laws have ended by the time Sevens happens, assuming they don't end within the next few years around here, but still. Yeah, so Yuga and crew are now working at Goha. Yuga is riding his bike through the hallways, while everyone's talking about how great he is and how much he's going to help everything. And I love Yuga just has this smile that just reads as fucking idiots, I'm playing y'all. That is Yuga in a nutshell, and I love it. So yeah, he's going down the halls, and we find out naturally he dragged everyone into Goha with him. We find out Gakudo is just doing what he did at the school and being like, you can't ride your bike in your holes, Yuga. We find out Roman is a chef now. Why is she a chef? So that way we can put her in a chef outfit. Fake Khalid meter! So yeah, that's going on. And then, of course, naturally, Yuga just keeps on riding despite what Gakudo says. Also, we find out Luke is running the Luke division. Where I think they just stuck him in an office with Swirly and a bunch of, storage stuff. So he won't cause trouble. Because what else would you do with him? But yeah, that also leads us into what the main purpose of this episode is. Episode 69, by the way. And that is that Umiko is back. And this time, we still haven't really explained what she is or what's going on here. But this time, she is, it appears to be the same Umiko who was hosting the tournament. But she is now a light repair person. That's what she does on her days. She is mad. She's a slob. She doesn't care. She doesn't want to be there. And by God, the actress is having so much fun. Umiko's voice actress really, leans in and goes really crazy with the voice at all time. But showing, some actual range with it. Seeing her mad, not giving a shit. And the faces. The facial reactions in this episode are just perfect. I just loved looking at it. Every time she's on screen, the way she chews it up, spits it out, and doesn't give a shit is so entertaining. But yeah, so then Gakudo's like, I'm challenging you to a rush duel, and if I win, you have to care. Her duel just doesn't work. He's got to clean it for her. That's good. The duel is a lot of fun. It's kind of nice seeing Thunder monsters being fish-based. For those of you who don't remember, I was a pretty big Thunder Dragon player before Konami took my boy Colossus from me. Free Colossus, Konami! He did nothing wrong. So long as you ignore everything wrong about him. But yeah, no, so... yeah, she summons her crazy fish deck. I like that she makes, an actual mistake at one point. And, the duel is just a ton of fun. And I absolutely love that the way fusion gets worked back into the show is she's literally like, I found this, and activates it. Almost a dozen episodes about talking about how insane and powerful fusion is. And yes, we saw that, like, Yuga literally filled the streets with them. But there's just something kind of funny that's the next visual. Like, instead of the next appearance of this big plot point showing up, it's literally like, oh yeah, I got this. And that's funny. Like, it's very funny to me. And so naturally, Gakudo summons his fusion monster, and he wins the duel. Redemption, because Gakudo lost his last duel, so that's kind of nice. And the episode ends with Umiko just being like, well, first she's like, I'm gonna take over Goha and turn it into a underwater-based retail site. And we see, like, her head on the Goha building. And then at the end, she's like, I'm going into the ocean to do it. And right when she leaves, Ronze makes, like, a cute little statement about, oh, you learned to have goals or ambitions or whatever the fuck. And she's just like, fuck you. Goes into the water, cut to credits. Perfection. Like, just so funny. So yeah, then we move into this week's episode, where we kind of got plot. Maybe got plot, I don't fucking know. But yeah, we of course get into why Yuga is really at Goha, and that is he wants to use their resources and tech in order to work on maximums and either make more maximums or make them stronger or do whatever he's got to do to make maximums into a bigger thing. Naturally, Yuga doing what Yuga does best and just kind of manipulating and messing with everybody. And when you open with seeing Yuga at his most intelligent, it is so funny to get the idea of seeing him just, like, completely give up on his logical reason and intellect, all because of a fucking ladybug. Oh god, Yuga's voice actor must have had a ball. Because the whole idea of this episode is to go in with the thing that Yuga is afraid of ladybugs. And you know what? I am so fucking glad the show has so much confidence in your love of the character that they're not afraid to show him be this comically vulnerable. Because, of course, as many of you have probably noticed, this is our third protagonist where they're really putting the emphasis on his intelligence in the forefront. I mean, they're all supposed to be, you know, except for, like, Yuma and to an extent Yuya, very smart. But Yusei, Yusaku, and now Yuga, it feels like a big forefront of these characters is the idea that they're so much smarter than everyone else. But what I didn't like with the other two was that they never really then had fun with them. I know I harp on Yusaku a lot, so we'll just mostly focus on Yusei this time around. And that is, Yusei never had funny moments. He could never be silly. He could never be goofy. He always had to be stoic. He always had to be serious. And you may like stoic and serious characters, and you may feel that sometimes Yu-Gi-Oh! Overdoes comedy, especially with this current one. But, you know, when the show was over, I did kind of miss the idea of a character who you could just have a little fun with, because, well, Yusei is super cool. We all think he's a badass, but he's not very fun. At least with Yusaku, there's a reason he isn't fun. It's because he was fucking tortured. But with Yusei, yeah, I just never really could connect with him that much. Because, well, he just didn't feel like a person to me. Whereas with Yuga, like that bit where he walks in with this, like, new road, and he just looks psychotic, and then the whole duel where he's, like, freaking out, it's so fun. And it is this, like, humanization of the character. He has flaws, he has faults, he has weaknesses. They may seem ridiculous to us, but they matter to him. And that's what makes it entertaining, and watching him kind of get over that, even if the way he gets over it is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, no, so we meet this girl who is a cousin of the twins, and it turns out that she's from a branch family who likes to fuck with people negatively. And when they were kids, she, like, scared the shit out of Yuga, who is so traumatized she still thinks that he still thinks the hat is, like, a legit bug eating her head. I don't know how that explains what's been going on. But yeah, no, so they have this big rush duel, and it's funny, and it's goofy, and Yuga, So Luke runs to him when Yuga gets so scared he runs away. Luke grabs him, acting his weird static electricity buildup thing, and that results in Yuga's maximums getting changed to the thing they need to sell the new set. Now, I don't consider this as much cheating as last time, though you can make an argument for it, because he didn't realize it happened until after he happened, and technically he would have gotten DQ'd for, like, leaving the duel area to begin with, so, work with that what you will. Also, I overused that joke in the other video. But yeah, no, so he goes back where it turns out his maximums have now changed because of Luke's weird electrical power, and he beats her. So in other words, he didn't really get over his fear because he's like, I gotta man the fuck up. He got over his fear because he literally realized he now had a better way to win. We love you, Yuga. What a legend. But that's not even it! That's not even it! That's not even it! End of the episode! No! It turns out this kid really is the villain! And there really seems to be a giant bug on her head leading an army of ladybugs! Oh god, where the fuck is this going? I don't know. I have to see more. But yeah, this was Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s this week. By God, it's so fucking funny. Oh yeah, but tell me what you thought about this in the comment section below. As for the TCG question of the week, yesterday I did a little quick video on it. No one watched it because no one cares. But OTS Championship will be coming back November 20th and 21st is what's listed. I would keep an eye on that though, because a part of me wonders if that is a typo. Because that's a Friday and Saturday, and typically these are Saturday and Sunday things. Though the change to Friday just to suit a lot of stores locals I could see as well. So keep an eye on that. My question to you is, do you want to do your OTS Championship? Do you feel ready to come back and, try and get a Nats invite? And that means, are you ready to start looking forward to a future in-person event in only summer of 2022? There's no judgment here if you're still nervous, if you're still cautious, if you don't feel comfortable thinking in terms of in-person event the next summer, because a lot of people aren't. That's totally fine, but tell me about that below. And as always, click to like, click to subscribe, and join me next time where I guess we're fighting an army of ladybugs.